Hello, and welcome back to the Rambulan sa Silanganan. Today is a very occasional day. It's not often that the number 1 seed gets to play against a seed 32. But this is one of these days, you know. BTMC Junior, the number 1 seed, he actually might be BTMC's son. Very well-rounded scores in qualifiers, earning him seed number 1. Meanwhile, his opponent, Desmond823. Bit of an old-timer mechanics player, you know, very prominent mechanics scores in qualifiers. However, facing Desmond will be a very small, very tall task because BTMC Junior number 1 seed. However, it is a very low star rating pool. I am Zyphos and I will be commentating your match today as well as the next match later on, but right now let's focus on this. I hope everyone's having a pretty good dry day. You know, everyone stay safe. It's actually rained pretty hard here, but I don't know about you guys. But yeah, it's time for the rolls, and we will see in a bit who gets to pick, who gets to ban, who gets to do whatever. For now, honestly, for Desmond, there's a lot of keys to victories, like especially in the lower side pool, you could just out mechanic BTMC Junior potentially in a lot of these picks. But he has to ban the gimmick now because a man like BTMC Junior, someone who's C1, has a very respectable gimmick score. Number 4 in HQ2, number 9 on Nomad 5, 500k in fact. Meanwhile, Desmond, I don't think can match that, but again, this tournament has been filled with a lot of surprises. Our first match was C2 against C31 and it was closer than everyone would have thought. And our second match that we streamed here went to tiebreaker. So you'll never know. And we'll see in 9 maps or less. Desmond rolling a 1. It's not gonna help. But BTMC Junior now decides that he will ban first. Okay, pretty standard. I don't know what I will do if I was BTMC Junior because all of my options are available to me, you know? I can go mechanics, even though Desmond might be able to see, but I can also abuse the fact that he can gimmick. Whatever he decides, it'll probably be a solid pick no matter what. Desmond decided to pick first. Solid choice, yeah. A lot of these maps though will test your consistency. Like Nomad 1, Nomad 2, HD1 is a pretty long map. A lot of these maps are very 50-50, especially because 6.2 Nomad 1 SR means that the average SR is probably around 6 lakh. So there's a lot of picks that could be decided on a pure 50-50s. BTMC Junior opting to ban HR2. Respectable. I believe his worst score was on HR2 in qualifiers. Aside from DT2, which was a 1 miss. Desmond banning HQ2. Very fair. First pick, we'll go to Desmond now. Desmond, what have you got for us today? Okay. We have to wait and see, you know. I feel like Nomad 1 really Like, Nomad 1 is the only pick where I feel confident that it's a pure 50-50. But Nomad 2, also a solid choice. BTMC Jr. did FC Nomad 2 in qualifiers week. However, Desmond almost did. I'm pretty sure he missed a single section and then FC the rest. So I'm not mad at this pick. But only time will tell whether or not it will be his point or will it be on the point of BTMC Jr. I'm honestly really I'm excited somewhat because this pool is very fluctuating. Like, it fluctuates. The scores really are a 50-50 at some points, and these are one of these maps, Nomad 2. Really depends on what's happening the better day. But good luck, have fun to both players, and let's go on with the first pick. Desmond, BTMC Jr. Let's go. Probably going to FC, if I'm being honest, but maybe it's gonna be an accuracy game in which BTMC Jr. is in the lead ever so slightly. That might change, so we'll just see for ourselves. Both players very comfortable in this pick. Desmond very mechanically inclined, as you say here. But yeah, so is BTMC Jr. There's a reason why he's seed 1. And both players nailing the Ki section as we all expect. It's just going to be a battle of consistency, who wants it better or who wants it worse, if you think about it. Yeah, so far... Oh! Yeah, I was about to say, so far BTMC Jr. is assessing, but that 100s, those 100s put Desmond in the driver's seat ever so slightly. 1,000 score difference so far, heading into the first quadrant. But yeah, both of these players, we expect to have an FC on. It really who spins faster in the spinners and who has the better accuracy, which is more important. Desmond in the lead so far. Desmond does find the break though. That's very, very costly, especially in the first half of the map. He will definitely get score cap, and BTMC Jr. very slowly but surely taking his place in the lead, potentially being the first breakpoint if he doesn't miss anytime soon, which I don't find. Yeah, I don't seem to find any. BTMC Jr. very comfortable. However, his accuracy does drop, but again, combo is supreme in a game like this. It does not matter if your opponent misses and you don't. And now heading into the final 4 of the map. Both of them know their scores now. BTMC expressing the fact that he's nervous. Yeah. Heading into the final Ki now. Both of them potentially might miss here, but I don't see either of them missing here. Again, they're both very prominent mechanics players. BTMC Jr. still nailing it with 99.2, but so is Desmond, aside from that one miss, that very unfortunate miss that might... Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I might curse them, but no, I don't see them missing anytime soon. Desmond having the superior act, but unfortunately, he did find the miss early on. BTMC Jr. meanwhile FCing the map. Even if he misses now, it will be a breakpoint. BTMC Jr. drawing that first point as a breakpoint. Valiant effort from Desmond. Very nice accuracy, 99.7? 99.6. However, BTMC Jr. does find a full combo. I believe, I believe Desmond missed on a jump, which is quite unfortunate. But Osu is like that sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and move on. VTMC Junior now in a good spot. First pick being a break point, and it's his pick now. Yeah, I'd be feeling good if I was VTMC Junior. But yeah, I'm kind of intrigued in what VTMC Junior will end up picking, just to see what maps he's really comfortable in, which maps he opts in this match, because he'll tell us a lot about what skill sets he's most comfortable on. Or maybe he'd even pick stuff that Desmond isn't really great at, like that gimmick pick, the Nomad 4, the Nomad 3, the Nomad 5. Again, it could be anything. But yeah, as the timer winds down, he'll take his time. You know, unlike the other match, where they just picked immediately. I am grateful for that. Thank you. But yeah, I don't believe that this matchup is as much of a landslide as people would assume it to be. I mean, that Nomad was just an indicator of that, no? If he hadn't missed that jump, he would have been in the lead right now. But unfortunately, the nature of Osu is sometimes you miss, you zig when you should have zagged, you make a mistake and you flip. That's fine. But yeah, both of these players chatting up, doing small talk before their pick. DT3 has been picked now. Pretty solid pick. VTMC Junior, he was number 1 in DT3. And I believe that this DT3 is no different from the one in qualifiers. Desmond, meanwhile, being 32nd. So, yeah. There's a lot to be said about this pick. Pretty much no nonsense. Like, he wants to win this game. This map is pretty much finger control, like qualifiers. It's pretty consistent. It's like a minute and 50, I believe. Yeah, a minute and 43. Pretty consistently finger control map by Dynamo. Very common in tournaments. But it's just a skill check of whether or not you can play DT or not. Yeah, you can see immediately as the map begins. Desmond not the most comfortable in this map, this DT3 pick. 91 accuracy heading into the first verse. VTMC Junior. Yeah, heads and shoulders, just standing tall in this DT3 very confidently. Desmond finding another break. 91 accuracy, not the best, but that is expected. If it's your first pick as the first seed, nothing else is expected but a domination over your opponent in their map. And this showcases just that. Desmond trying to keep it close, honestly. Pretty respectable combo, however, VTMC Junior isn't looking to miss anytime soon. However, Desmond keeps breaking. This is his weakness after all. A pretty good pick by VTMC Junior. 98 act in a finger control now is pretty good. There is a reason why this man is seed 1. VTMC Junior looking to FC. Just doubling the score of Desmond. Yeah, just about as expected. So yeah, I would feel bad for Desmond because this is completely out of your control. AG2 is pretty much an insta-ban in every stage in his skill set. VTMC Junior just showing insane amounts of consistency, That is 2 FCs to 2 in the map so far. That is scary. Your opponent averaging over 1 million is a pretty scary sight. 2-0 that quickly before the 20-minute mark even began. What a performance. This man is locked in. Like, he respects his opponent. But now it's time for Desmond's pick. Desmond, I think his keys to victory here is to try to 50-50 everything. Like, try to pick the mechanics maps, pray that he misses. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. Honestly though, Desmond is pretty well-rounded aside from that DT skill set. Like in qualifiers, everything was like top 20. Yeah, top 25, top 20 aside from those DTs where he was top 40 in most of them. So if I was Desmond, I would shy away from those DT picks, but three of them are already, like all three of them are wide open for BTMC Junior to pick. So it's kind of scary. But again, Desmond has a lot of other stuff he can pick. Oh wow. Nomad 4 is picked. Very interesting. Desmond put up a pretty okay, like he put up a decent score in Nomad 4, but BTMC Junior was number 3 in tech. So that's a very, very scary map to pick, especially up against a seed 1, but what other choice do you have? This Nomad 4, it's pretty short, like it has, yeah, it's 3 minutes, but it's like once you get the first KI, you probably have seen the map. It's just a bunch of sliders. And yeah, let's see who is more consistent in this type of map. As we begin the first few sections of this map, I would like to see at least 1 point, you know, just try to make it close, or at least try to have a decent fight. But again, if your opponent is FCing everything, what can you do? Desmond still FCing, so is BTMC Junior heading into the first TI and first set of sliders. Here we go. Yeah, both players so far. Oh, BTMC Junior actually finds a break. I was about to say both players finding comfort in this pick, but unfortunate miss. Desmond now in the lead with 98 accuracy to BTMC Junior's 99.6. Impressive, but it's a combo game at the end of the game. Desmond does find an unfortunate break though. That would have, like if he had not break, that would have set him in the lead, but now it's gonna slowly inch toward BTMC Junior ever so slightly. Now the score bar is red. BTMC Junior. How consistent can a player be? Yeah, he's not phased by these sliders at all. This guy practices map moves. But so does Desmond, you know. But an unfortunate slider break during one of the slower sections of the map. Still a tricky part though, so I don't blame him. But that's not good for your case. BTMC Junior, a behemoth of a player. Pick any skill set into him and he has a decent chance. What can you do? But it's not over yet. There's still a third of the map remaining, and if BTMC Junior breaks somehow during the slow part or even during the KI and Desmond doesn't, there might be a chance. But it's going to be a tall task as both players starting to hit every single slider. BTMC Junior actually breaks first. Desmond breaks shortly after, traded by BTMC Junior, but Desmond really needed that combo way more than BTMC Junior, especially with that accuracy advantage. Desmond keeps on breaking, and yeah, like what can you do? It was the first time that BTMC Junior broke at all in any of the free maps that have been played so far. And yeah, interesting sliders. No, but a very good effort for Desmond at S rank. So he technically hasn't missed. Seed 1 for a reason, man. Seed 1. That is absolute ludicrous, BTMC Junior. Yeah, if you're Desmond, you can't really do much about that. Like S rank, FC, FC. Maybe BTMC is on his side for this day. But yeah, now with this BTMC Juniors pick, there is a chance that it'll be match point. Like sub 30-minute match point. That is wow. And immediately he picks HR1. Yeah, okay. HR1 is pretty good. Yeah, pretty short map, I mean. Has a bunch of bursts. And it's a mechanics map, which is something that, as we said, Desmond might have a decent shot at, especially at this SR. Because this is his forte, you know, mechanics. Not sure about the HR, but I'm pretty sure he still has a decent shot. But yeah, BTMC Junior, his performance just showcases exactly the reason why this man is the first seed, why everyone knows that this is the man to take down. Well, an impressive showing thus far. Desmond, not too shabby either, especially considering the circumstances he's in. But let's see how this map goes. Will it be any different? Or will Desmond find his first point? Both players struggling a little bit with the accuracy, but that's par for the course in a mod like HR. BTMC Junior does have the lead so far. Desmond not too far behind, 22k score lead. Yeah, both players have seen so far Desmond just with a struggle in the accuracy game. Yeah, Desmond does find an unfortunate break. BTMC Junior 99% accuracy heading into the first break, the first quadrant of this map. BTMC Junior, who are you, man? What are you made of? This consistency is very alien-like, man. Like, yes, it is round of 32, but FCing almost every map. It seems pretty titanic to do, no? But Desmond, he really has to lock in, maybe FC the rest of the map, which is a very hard task, especially in front of a Hercules type of player such as BTMC Junior. Now we're heading into the Ki. Will any of them get tripped? It seems that so far that is not the case. A little bit of shake from both sides, but they still hit it. BTMC Junior still trying to find the FC. Desmond not too far behind, however, that unfortunate break in the first part just makes it BTMC Junior missing, but I don't think there's enough time because Desmond, especially after that miss, Desmond really needs to have an FC in the rest of the match, and even then it is simply not enough. Score cap has crept into this man's score. BTMC Junior match point already. What can you do? Like, that's the second time I've said that. Usually I don't say things twice, but sometimes you really have to reiterate it. Seed 1 performance, an FC that couldn't be. That's the first actual miss that he's had. Desmond joking a little bit in chat, saying that his brother will replace him. Uh-oh. That's not allowed, Desmond. Don't unbatch the tournament. But yeah, if I'm Desmond, I would just no mod 1 and 50-50 everything. Because, like, what can you do? It's a very impossible task for you to be in Team Blue and try to take down the favorite of the tournament, especially in a stage this early. But, you know, both players having pretty respectable performances so far, especially BTMC Junior, you know. He's only missed, what, twice? And one actual miss the entire bracket stage. That sounds ridiculous, no? But yeah, Desmond picking DT2, despite what I said earlier with him not being that much of a DT player, I like it. I respect it. DT2, generic speed map. It's a pretty generic 225, I think. Yeah, 225 BPM map. Just gonna go on for like 3 minutes, and that's going to be the method in which Desmond will try to get his first point. Desmond, do your best. Good luck to both sides. And let's see if he gets his first point or not. So we head into this DT2. And potentially the last map of this particular match. Both players hitting a few early 100s probably won't matter that much. Desmond having the early accuracy disadvantage, BTMC Jr. having 98, Desmond having 95, approaching 96. So I believe it's just whoever misses first just loses the point. Oh god, as I say, okay. As I say that, Desmond shit misses, I think. It happens, it is Osu. But BTMC Jr. unrelenting, unwavering, 98 and climbing. There's nothing else to be said here, you know, like BTMC Jr. is such a consistent all-rounder. Put him in any map and he's a decent chance. Desmond though, not a slouch. Like, especially so far, he's contesting at least. But that miss will cost him a lot, especially against a foe like BTMC Jr. Desmond, this will be the decider whether or not he'll be in loser's bracket. As we approach the halfway mark, BTMC Jr. very comfortable, 98.1 accuracy heading into the half. Still having the FC. What in God's name is that? But yeah, it's still, like, even though it's a 200 score difference, it only takes one mistake for that to dissipate. So it's still pretty close as long as Desmond doesn't shit miss. Or BTMC shit misses and Desmond doesn't. But unfortunately, that's all she wrote. Desmond shit missing once again and pretty shit. He under aims. And BTMC Jr., I don't think this man will miss anytime soon. 700k, looking for FC once more. Ridiculous. Desmond finding another break. The book is closed, my friends. Desmond, nice try. The map is not over, but it might as very well be. BTMC Jr., very consistent. A monstrous performance heading into the round of 32. Usually, top seeds would be a little bit lax, a little bit more calm in their bracket stages because, oh, I'm seed 1, I could just beat in whatever way. But no, BTMC Jr. putting on a dominating show, 5-0 that quickly. Good game. BTMC Jr. moves on to the round of 16. Desmond, that was a nice try. Couldn't do much, but what else can you do if your opponent only misses twice the entire match? That's all she wrote. Both players showing very nice tries, but unfortunately, Desmond, you'd have to fight your way in the loser's bracket. Congratulations, BTMC Jr. Up next will be a very interesting one. Number 16, Pilui versus number 17, Hinatsuru Ai, aka Franzu, which will be half an hour from now and will be casted by yours truly once again. See you and have a nice evening.